Yeah, I don't blame them. I mean, that's,
It's really ridiculous. But even ExpediaHotels.com, the general online booking stuff, anywhere from 20 to 30% just to be listed
right.
on Expedia Hotels that goes as commission. And then any kind of, they're always pushing these discounts on the paid rooms. And generally when you've got last minute inventory that you've got to sell, you need to knock the price down. And in doing that, they wind up getting about 50% of like the value of the room, or even less than that sometimes.
Right.
So it's been a real tough model. There's a lot of angst. Everybody's been trying to figure out a better way to do it. And for hotels, it's actually one of those ways.
So yours is more than that. And that Groupon model, that's just a 1 day.
Yeah, it's like, they have a deal a day, basically. And here's, send it to your friends. And the whole idea is to, get enough volume of people buying it to where you hit the mark that whatever it is, put it out there once. Then you've got 90 days to 120 days. What's really interesting, there's some sites that popped up where people were reselling their Groupon stuff they bought.
Really?
Yeah, that I bought this resort thing, I'm not going to be able to use it. So they're selling them. Well, actually, some people sometimes make a profit on them and sell them for more than they paid for it.
Surprised that they can transfer that.
Well, Groupon had an issue with it. I mean, they're trying to figure out how to stop the resale and I guess capture for themselves. I mean, maybe that's something like that. But it's such a vastly different model. We don't even really look at it.
Right.
It's not that I've really paid a lot of attention to. The only thing I've seen, two things that are close to this. One is called E-Exits, and it is up and running right now. But it's a E-Exits. It's kind of but it's a Mobi site. And their revenue model is they're basically having businesses buy the exposure, bid for the exposure. You're going to get top listing if you pay up to $5 a day for your bid to be shown, and then you can offer specials through that. Looking through it, they probably got anybody on it, and for one main reason, because they're charging, whether you've got a lot of people looking at it or not.
Right.
So this basically, you're not paying for the exposure, you're not paying for the distribution, you're not paying for people to be able to see your ad and see your presence. You're only paying when people actually act on your discount by downloading it.
With Deals A Go-Go, explain how the GPS locator works. So if I've got my BlackBerry here, so if it's loaded on here, it has an app.
Right.
Then, if I'm driving, let's say tomorrow I'm driving to North Carolina, and I need a room in Raleigh, so I would just hit that app and see what's available.
You can type in, you can hit the app, and the first thing that's going to pop up is going to be 6 coupons, basically based on where you are right then and here, sorted. Generally by distance, especially in the beginning, so we're not going to have any information to really start changing sort orders on. But in the beginning, proximity, but we want to make sure that there's several categories covered. So if you're, there's nothing but hotels close by, 4 of those maybe show up, and then number 5, number 6 are going to be 2 different types of coupons. There's a food, a restaurant, maybe some seats somewhere, some event or show that's going on. Would be on that initial splash page, because we always want to continue to promote that there's other things you can do. And then you can hit more, and then it basically goes from the splash page to a smaller page. I think I've kind of got an example of what the development company is actually redoing all this and doing a professional design report. Something like this would pop up first, and then you basically just hit more, then it goes to this where you can actually scroll up, you can hit a button that goes to the next 6 and the next 6, or you can go by category. You can search area, and in this area you're going to be able to put Raleigh NC, and then it's going to reload this basically kind of the same way, 3, maybe 4 hotels, or a mix of everything. And then from that point, once if you pick your city, then whatever searching you do, like category, just want to look at hotels and hit the lodging button. And then it's going to pull up nothing but hotels. in Raleigh in the area that you're looking for until you reset to where you are within a new destination. So there's like a city thing will search, so you're able to sort through and find things real easy based on that city. Part of the problem though with, and I think with the application, we'll be able to have a bigger radius, like a bigger, but one of the things that hotels have a problem with is there's something called rate parity. In order to be, the brands enforce it, and Expedia, all the third-party websites, when you buy a room, just searching on Expedia, you're buying a room at the rack price.
Okay.
The most expensive rate the hotel has, basically. It's their rate, it's what everybody kind of has access to. Some brands will have an automatic 10% discount if you're looking online, but you're also able to get that if you go to their brand website. So it's a way to keep prices at the highest level, and not let specific companies come in and undersell others with a cheaper rate. But those are for booking agents. That's when you're pulling up a rate, you can actually book the hotel right then and there. Where this creates a loophole for us is you're not booking the room, you're just getting a special for it, a special rate that you have to book through the hotel itself.
Okay.
But even that room being available, the fact that it's not on the internet, that it's not on a website or the Mobi site, because I'm not sure if we're going to be able to put these on Mobi hotel discounts.
Right.
Discounts in hotel rooms because that's considered internet and just internet for phone. But an application is a specific, unique product to a particular service. So it's not available to anyone. Only people that have this exclusive little program
Right.
to access.
So it's not on the internet.
It's not on the internet.
Okay.
It's an application. So hotels can offer whatever rate they want to. And since we're not actually booking the rooms for them, it's just this allows you to get this $79.99 room for $49.99.
Now, is it a click-through revenue model, or is it based on that person actually going through and completing the transaction?
As soon as you download the coupon, you have cost the merchant a part of their account. Hotel, we're going to have it so we can set them up for $20 each. That's like kind of an entry fee for really just about everything: golf, hotels. A lot of restaurants, even though fast food would be probably something different, but I think $20 at this point is that you can try us out and get started for $20. That $20 that the hotel has, say it's a $50 hotel room, we're charging 5% of the coupon rate for every download. So they start out with 20 if it's a $50 coupon rate. Somebody, they look at it, they pull it up, say they push this button, you just hit the coupon, fills up the whole screen, and now it's in detail.
Okay.
With do you want to download this coupon button? And then you hit that, and then it'll ask you, are you sure you want to download the little, are you sure you want this? Yes, and then once that happens, it downloads the actual coupon, which will have a QR code on it, as well as all the information, the expiration time and date. Everything pretty much automatically filled in. It'll also have a unique code that's assigned to that one specific coupon. So to allow hotels, anybody to be able to track, just write down the coupon code when they come in. That way you can verify from the day before, this was downloaded, and what came in. So anyway, when that $50 coupon is downloaded, that hotel just took $2.50, basically 5% of the rate off there. Now they have $17.50 worth of downloads. When they get low, we're going to set it up where they're automatically prompted. Get an email, you downloaded, your balance is below $10. Do you want to go ahead and re-up? So we're always, it's a prepay arrangement basically. But when we set everybody up, we'll have a credit card or billing information. You just go in and basically sign on.
If I'm in a hotel, can I just go in and say, my account dips below $10, put another 100 into it?
You can put 20, 50, 100.
So automatically.
And we're going to set up some things where, like in the beginning, there's a $20 entry fee. That's our basic one. But we're also going to have a $50 one where you're going to get $70 worth of downloads, but also have some more advanced like couponing restrictions that you can do. So we're going to be able to use, like, we don't want to get into it too much because I don't want to undercut the value of what we're doing and turn 5% into 3.5% income.
Right.
But but a hotel, yeah, basically go in and just I'm going to put another $20, $30, and what they'll hopefully figure out is you're having to do this very often. Why don't you just go ahead and put $50 in, and we can set you up on an automatic, every month it's going to touch your account and put $50.
Right, that's what the Google AdWords model comes to mind.
Exactly.
So,
and in the beginning, I think it's going to be tough to set. We're going to have that option available, but it'll be more of let's move you to this model. You're doing about 30 to 40 a month. Why don't you let's put $40 in just each month, so you don't have to worry about running out of of coupons. Or it can hit it automatically for $20 every time it gets below a certain level with a monthly maximum. If it gets to this, we're not going to charge you. You're not going to go through more than $100. In downloads. If it hits that one, it'll stop.
yeah.
The beauty of it is every time someone downloads a coupon, within 24 hours, it's already been redeemed. They've already gotten there's a good chance that we've already gotten the redemption, depending on what the redemption is.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I think that's going to be a pretty significant.
Which we think is going to be, I would think it's going to be at least 50% for hotels.
Now, when you say, this is very time sensitive, so what are the windows that say we're in a hotel now? So, let's say these guys are at 50% occupancy for a given night, and they say, it's 11 o'clock in the morning, and we're going to put a coupon for 6 hours or whatever.
Right.
Is that typically how it works?
Yeah, I think what we'll probably wind up seeing is hotels that have a standard coupon that's basically the same rate that you would find in a coupon book. This is just your standard off when people are using this, and they use this because they're looking for coupons, they're looking for deals. So if you want this audience, you need to be there because they're going to choose something or somewhere because of the volume that you should have on the opportunities on there. So you kind of have a standard rate, and then you can set, I don't want to do any more than 5 of these per day. So you can put like a limit, once 5 downloads, so you're not going to be able to see it anymore. Then at 10 o'clock at night, they could, we still got 25 homes left. Why don't we knock the coupon right down, $10, and see if we can't grab some more people off the interstate and run it for the next 2 hours. It expires at 1 o'clock in the morning or so. So we can help kind of coach them through and set up some coupon tiers. But this one's going to run until whatever time of day.
And it almost sounds like you could program it into a pricing model that's this is how we do it from if the occupancy rate is this, then set the coupon at this for this amount of time.
And it's something that revenue management, the hotels do anyway with rates. But what they can't do, there's not really a distribution outlet for them to do it day of. Generally when you're fixing rates for the hotel, you're looking, if you haven't adjusted your rates for this weekend by Tuesday or Wednesday, up or down, depending on where your occupancy is, you've already kind of missed that 3 to 5 day booking window or reservation window.
That's to kind of disseminate that information out.
Right, and a lot of, but hotels are weird too. But it's about 30 to 40% of all hotel business is day of. Happens that day. Walk-ins is probably over 10% of most of the average hotel's income comes from just people walking in without a reservation for that day. And my wife's like, how do people do it? I say, a lot of people do it. It's just,
a lot of people get on the road and they don't know how far they're going to get that day.
Exactly.
When you get tired, you just...
And that's what so much of this is really designed for. There's going to be a map feature on here too, where you can pull up the map and you're basically now looking kind of exit by exit. When you see an exit, it's going to have these little stars that, from 1 to 5 stars of color coded based on like hotels. This exit has 3 green stars, 4 gold stars, being like a small, just kind of a key code
Right.
to show you how loaded up that exit is with coupons or deals. So if you're on the road, you can graphically see where you're going. You know, move it up. You can, and when an exit pops up that looks more attractive, has a lot of stuff going. You know, you basically just push the button and the exit then comes up real close, and then you see it takes you like, to this page based on that exit, based on the coupons that are available at that exit, and then you just scroll through those. So, the idea is to, from a traveler, someone on the road, to make it really, really easy to use, but also learn how this thing works, so that when you get to your destination, you're still using it. When you get home, you're still able to use it.
Right.
Hey, it's invaluable on the road, but now I've got it loaded up.
It's funny, I can think of an example that I could have used it, or we could have used it. We went to a Clemson game 2 years ago, Florida State game, and it was a night game.
Really, I was at the game.
Really?
Yeah, I took my son.
So, go figure. But, and my wife's a Florida State grad, so we went to the game at night. We had Jaguar season tickets in Jacksonville. So Sunday, 1 o'clock, there was a Jaguars game. We got out of the game at, 10:30 or 11, and started driving, and we didn't have a hotel. And so I was sitting there with BlackBerry trying to find it. It was a pain. We ended up driving probably 2 hours longer than we wanted to. Thinking we could get something in Greenville or even Columbia, but we ended up on 95, close to Savannah.
Right.
We got a decent room. But I was playing with it, trying to find a room.
Well, and part of our competition over the hotels is going to be that each brand is pretty much coming up with their own application. Find Choice Hotels Easy, or Hilton, or Holiday Inn Express, or whatever you're, and they exist today, and there's like Mobi sites for the different brands. But the problem is accessibility. For me, you have to specifically, I'm looking for a Choice Hotel. And if you're a Choice Privileges member, that's something you're likely to be able to do.
Right.
And that's why, a lot of you stick with hotels, because we can load it up with that. It's got to be everything, so that it becomes that, it's a go-to, it's kind of a go-to application regardless of what you're looking for. But now you're training yourself, if you're just using it for food when you're on the road and you're a Choice Privileges member, well, let me use this to see maybe there's better deals than I'm finding off the Choice. And the Choice application is going to be full price. Everything you're going to see on there is going to be their rack rate. Because they have to make it, the brands certainly have to make the same rate available, but an individual franchisee pretty much do what they want. They can sell the rate for what they want. So it's almost like we're building it to constantly cross-promote and just make it more valuable. Every time you look up one thing, I want to see this in particular. You can look at this particular category, but you will have already been exposed to, the flash page, a number of other things. Ooh, art, yoga classes. That's interesting. And I wonder, you look up the activities button then, and then it's,
So what are the categories you're kind of at? The
categories are basically food and beverage, lodging, and these are just kind of paste stuff. And it's not really going to look like this. And apparently I'm left-handed, so this button should really be on the right-hand side. I can't find out.
Yeah.
So food and beverage, lodging, events, activities, and convenience items, and then basically other categories. So activities would be anything from yoga classes or golf tee times, and so when you go in there could be like a subcategory, and golf would be one. Golf really probably is going to need its own category, but the golf would also include when pro shops have special deal on lessons or closeout inventory. In fact, it was really, really interesting yesterday afternoon. I called this fellow Frank Moore. He was a sales candidate in Charleston because of his connection with golf courses, and we certainly want to load it up as much as we can in the warmer areas, but we need to call golf courses nationwide. Start trying to sign them up, pick markets, market that market, so that no matter where you are when this thing comes out, there's something relatively close by.
Right.
But anyway, the company he works for, he's not doing as much stuff specifically with golf. I course as it used to, but basically he was selling me on them being a client because they do closeout on apparel and merchandise in pro shops. We have these big sales that we do. It's like, is that something, I mean, is that something we could use this for? Well, yeah. I mean, you know, exactly. This is something that when people are looking for a deal, it's going to pop up. It's going to be a sale on, you know, these shirts are half price. And there's really no stopping what ultimately, you know, you could use it for. We don't want to overload it. Obviously, in the beginning,
Yeah,
too much.
it creates a sales challenge too. You're trying to penetrate all those different markets.
Right. I mean, you know, initially we're going to concentrate on hotels because we can get a bunch of them. I think we'll be able to have 1,500 hotel clients lined up by November.
Is that?
There's a great, there's no resistance. I mean, there's so little resistance, I guess. I can't say none. But the hotel, you know, people that we've talked to so far kind of set it up and we go over, it's like, yeah, let's, you know, you have to sign me up. I mean, what is there to lose or something like that?
It's really a no-brainer for them.
It is. I mean, right now, an entry cost for them just to run in a coupon book is a year contract anywhere from $2,500 to $4,000 commitment. And you're basically committing to $20. Even if you wanted just to run for a 3-month, if you're talking now, it's going to be minimum of $225, $230 a month. And just for the exposure in the coupon books. So this is it's a $20 that doesn't even go away until it's used. It could take you a week to go through $20. It could take you 2 or 3 months to go through your initial $20.
No problem.
So yeah, hopefully it doesn't take 2 or 3 months, but because if they're not downloading, then we're not having the opportunity to refill.
Right.
And that's really the idea is to.
Well, let's the application itself. Is this is going to be like in the iTunes store? It's going to be in the Android market.
The
Is
BlackBerry.
it a free app or is it something you're going to try to charge for? So that you just want to get out there and bomb it.
Yeah.
Penetration. Obviously, there's
The consumer actually will never spend any money. Not buying the app, and they actually we're not even going to collect personal information. We don't need a name, address, email address. We don't want any personal information. And that's another thing where one of the issues, and it's in here just from privacy studies.
Yeah.
I think it's half the people basically are concerned. But what was most startling is there's really 8% of females aren't concerned. There's some people that are, you know, that middle that I don't know if I'm concerned or not, but it's really from 8 to 12% male to female that are truly not concerned about privacy issues when using mobile applications that are.
you know where I am.
You know exactly where I am. We know where your device is. We don't know where you are, who you are. We don't give a shit. Jane Doe, John Doe, it doesn't matter to us. This is all about your device. And so we can still, though, we can track user trends. We can track all the information about how this particular device tends to search. So that when we're in the future coming up with that splash page, you know, this person downloads a lot of $40 and $50 hotel rooms, they pass on the $80, $90, even though it's a great deal. This one likes low end, so these are the first 2 or 3 things you're going to see.
Really? So based on their particular history, you can load up.
Right, and we'll start loading that up, and that initial sort thing will also kind of be along that same lines.
It's kind of like the banner retargeting thing online.
Yeah.
You know what they're searching for.
When this person, they don't do hardly any hotel searches. It's all, restaurants and casual dining restaurants, not fast food so much. So when the first thing, once user history starts popping in, it helps drive those things that we feel like they're more likely. Because again, we don't make any money unless people are downloading. So the faster we can show them something to download and get them interested, the better chance we have of using up that client's credit, delivering the customer to them.
Okay. So as far as promoting the app, what kind of ideas do you have for that?
Well, we don't have a lot of budget for it. I mean, we're basically going to be relying on a lot of organic growth.
Viral activity.
That's really it. I haven't had a chance to read that book yet or check it out.
Viral Loop.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really good.
And I read this great book. It was my daughter, Surrey, when she was starting out, she was into neuroscience and psychology, and it was just a great book. It was about just the whole viral spread of ideas, memes, how it's basically just a thought or an idea, understanding how it gets translated and shared and brought into existence based through. So we're certainly going to have to tap into a lot of that, do a lot of social networking. With QR code always being present in everything that we do, you can just basically stick your phone up to it.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that. So if I download a coupon, I need to bring my phone into the hotel lobby.
Right, that's where your coupon's going to be.
They have to have some kind of scanner. Are they equipped?
They don't have to have a scanner. They can actually, the coupon, it won't just be a QR code. It'll be a coupon with a QR code in the middle.
Right.
But it'll have the text description on it as well.
Okay.
So here's the location, the rate, the room, the QR code, and then the expiration stuff at the bottom. So you can show them what's on your phone. They don't have to scan it. They can just look at the information on there and check it. So that eliminates, like a lot of restaurants, certainly they don't have scanners. Most fast food places don't have scanners. They're becoming a lot more prevalent. And eventually, honestly, the smartphones, what hotels will eventually do is just have a smartphone behind the desk that they use because you can scan a QR code from another phone, and that way you're just boom, boom, boom whenever they come in, and you keep a log, and that way you're. With hotels and restaurants, we'll send especially hotels, we'll send a form out to a little package, a little 3-page PDF, kind of explaining, all right, this is how you instruct your front desk what to be able to look out for when these come in. And here's like a little log sheet that you can print out where you can write the code from the coupon in there at the day that it came in, at the rate that was on there, just to keep a written log, running log for the hotel. So when they come in the next day, and we had 2 coupons last night, hotels always have to justify why a particular rate. Why does this rate $59.99 instead of $79.99?
Right.
Well, it's a coupon rate. Where's the coupon? So if you're just writing down the code that's on the coupon on that little sheet, you can pull up your account the next day and you can see where I had 3 downloads last night. Here are 2 of them that showed up. The third one didn't show up. But everything, you can match everything if you need to. I mean, some hotels go to that extent, others don't. I mean, the level of management between hotels is stacked.
I'm sure
it's
different.
And that's another reason too, from the times of day, that sort of thing. Why we want to keep it as simple as we can, but also allow for very advanced. If you want to get in and get really creative with your coupon and run 4 or 5 different of them, different coupons over every half hour, you can do it. There's nothing to stop anyone from signing on their account and doing that. But there's only going to be 1 coupon for each.
Now, when you manage the launch of this, how do you deal with who comes first? Downloading the app, which doesn't have any value if there's no coupons on it, or managing their end where it's like there's no users yet.
We're selling. I mean, the first thing that we're doing, and the first thing that the developers do is building the client interaction page. So we can actually start signing up people. We've contacted a number of hotels. Right now, we've basically got 20 people that said, yes, absolutely, when it's ready, looking at it. Because we haven't really talked to many people yet. No one basically said, no, I wouldn't be interested in that at all. We're going to load up as many hotels, as many restaurants, as many golf courses, and everything we possibly can before we launch. Because the product doesn't go stale. The coupons, and let them know, hey, this isn't even launching until another month and a half. What we're getting you in now, it's a $20 investment, no big deal. But that money never goes stale. The product actually, no matter if there's one user, we want them to have a great product, which is when they open it up, it's filled up with coupons and names. It may be 1 mile, 4 miles, 27 miles, 48 miles away. It may start getting a little bit further away, but we want to load it up to see that there's a lot of things on there and see different varieties of stuff on there. So it's it's loading it up with people first and then launching it and letting people get it.
Now, are you thinking you're going to scale it nationally right away, or is there a way roll
It's
it out.
we're going to roll it out in North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, and test it for about 3 weeks. It looks like maybe about the middle of October. So that's another where we're kind of working a little bit more with greater varieties of people in these 3 states. Especially we'll have Myrtle Beach, Charleston, and some kind of tourist area, Atlanta, Charlotte, big cities that are going to be active 12 months out of the year.
Now, can you control the app downloads, or is it anybody in the world can download it basically?
Well, it depends on where you are. I mean, some, as far as anybody in the world can basically download it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's for, right now it's for the United States, but.
I'm just thinking, okay, I'm in California and I download this thing, and there's nothing on it. Because it's only being tested in.
It'll be tested. It won't be promoted at all. If you come across it, maybe it's a. I don't know if it'll have something national release date, November the 11th. That's on there, some kind of message. We're looking to have like a little scroll screen at the bottom that constantly has like updates, or while you've got it up, go check out this area for looking for this.
Right.
Search this category.
Hey, Honey.
Sorry,
What's
do you
that?
need any of your stuff that's in there?
I don't think so.
Can I ask you just one question? Sorry.
No
Is that on?
Yeah, you have to be on.
You can come around this side so we can
Yeah.
pick you.
I was gonna make my flight,
Uh-huh.
10, 12, 11, 25, or 11:55.
Departure. Wait, 11. Yeah,
25 or 55?
20.
Okay.
That's all? Okay. Yeah, just to be safe.
36 minutes in Minneapolis? It's not there.
It's kind of out of the way, but that'll work.
Yeah, 10, 12 was to Atlanta, and the 11:55 was to Detroit.
Yeah, same difference, I guess. Okay.
Fun route.
Yes, coming out to Denver, and then we're going to ride down through the Grand Canyon, maybe go to Vegas for a day. Got a speaking engagement in Phoenix, and then out to San Diego. Just going to fly back to San Diego. So that'll be cool. It's like right in the middle of my trip too, so you break it up a little bit. Being rolling solo for that long.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'd be cool. So yeah, it's well, she travels a lot anyway, so it's during the week she's usually gone. So we're kind of used to it, but yeah, this will be a different.
What does she do?
Deal. She's a corporate trainer,
Okay.
so she.
Just tell me about
she yeah, but it's mostly Florida, Georgia, so it's not really. She never has to go too far, but it still kind of sucks because she'll leave Monday morning, come back to Friday afternoon. Late, sometimes. But fortunately now she's there's a need right in Jacksonville, so she didn't have to go anywhere. So she's staying put. While I'm going. Otherwise, we have a dog. We have another dog that's kind of insane. And,
It's not making the trip.
No, she would. I don't think she'd do too well. She's kind of crazy. She's wasted. You never know, but she's just a little wilder. She's got some pit bull, Dalmatian, boxer, I don't know, all kind of mixed in. It looks like Petey from the Little Rascals a little bit. She's got like the eye, one brown eye, all white dog, one brown eye, and a brown patch on her back. And so, yeah, it'll be cool.
So, but as far as somebody getting it kind of ahead of time, when they're supposed to, it's just it's as we get clients on there, we'll start loading. Someone from California pulls it up. By the time they have access to the app, we'll have properties out there. We'll have something on there, even though it'll function because it's really no geographical constraint or anything, on it if you can access it.
Now,
Be able to go through the process again.
I have a kind of a long-term question, but let's talk about the sales strategy first. How are you going to deal with salespeople getting out there and selling this product? How are you going to get compensated?
Basically, initially, they're going to get 50% of the initial sign-up for clients at $20. It's $10, not a whole lot, but it's and then somewhere between 15 to 20% of what this client does residual. I've got a 25% basically budget for sales, for the cost of sales. But generally, you know, in the beginning especially, it's commission, it's all commission based.
I'm sorry, you said 15 to 20%.
Yeah, I've offered, I mean, this one guy 20% of, basically 50% when they sign up, whatever that sign up, initial, whatever they start with. If it's $20, you know, they'll get 10. If they are able to get someone to start with 50, they'll get 25. And that, you know, that $50 sign up gives you $70 worth of download. So there is like an extra, you know, kind of download incentive. You're starting off a little bit, you know, a little bit more funds up front. But whatever, you know, that client continues to do, every time they put more money in, that salesperson automatically is going to get their 15 to 20%. You know, basically just one each week, every 2 weeks or so, whatever accumulates during that point. So, you know, early on, they'll make some money. It's not going to be a ton. I mean, $10 here, $10 there. But like one other, I mean, even with, I'm talking to, there are these things called co-ops that most hotel brands do, where you've got a regional co-op. You've got like in South Carolina, North Carolina for Choice, which is part of that meeting yesterday. You've got about 350 hotel clients. Co-ops love to spend money on this kind of thing. If they've got a $250,000 budget, annual budget. So this is a natural for me to go into them and like, we're going to get you signed up, all the people in this co-op. So every hotel is going to be represented, 350 of them in this co-op. For every $40, because it's in this volume, we're going to give you each property $50 for the downloads. And the way a co-op works now, some hotels get more reservations than others, but the co-op overall is funding it. And we'll just set it up, and there's a maximum budget each month. We won't go past this. But eventually, I mean, they could wind up spending close to $50,000 over the course of a year. But the only reason that money, that if they have a $50,000 expenditure with 350 hotels, the only way it gets to that point is if they're down in coupons. Because in the beginning, $40 per, it's about maybe $12,000 or so for them to enroll 350 hotels in this thing.
Yeah.
Then boom, we've got 350 hotels in just North and South Carolina that are all Choice Hotel properties.
Right.
But for them, it's a great deal. And then once, as far as getting in, but as they're being used and as they're being downloaded, all these coupons are being used. These hotels they've already gotten the business. By the time they have to put any more money in, and that's the thing with everybody, your client, by the time they're at the point where they need more money in, they've already made it.
Yeah.
These coupons already walk in the door because they're all their day off, you know, their afternoon, evening, whatever it is. Some things will be in advance. The yoga class, somebody that you're looking at something that's going on this weekend, you've got a lot of spots to fill. You just want to help promote it with a discount.
Right. I think it sounds like something like that where you can sell to a larger audience quickly.
Right.
That's pretty awesome. Krispy Kreme. I love it. Yeah, they really got screwed with that low carb diet thing.
Yeah.